Hi friends, I'm so excited to be sitting here today talking to my dear friend and teacher Ashley Nunn. And Ashley has two upcoming programs since we are homebound. And these are to help with meditation and life skills, I would say. And I'm really looking forward to both of these. And so Ashley, would you just take a minute to describe both of these programs to us?
Sure. So thanks for having me. So the gift of life is a 28-day course. It's based on or inspired by a book called A Year to Live, written by Buddhist scholar Stephen Levine. And it's a course that I've actually taught as a year-long course 7 times over the past 4 years. But I've been asked multiple times by people if I could offer it in a condensed version or if I could offer it online. And this was even pre-virus. So it's been in the making for me to get it online and condense it for a long time. And then when this happened, it was like, okay, now is the time. But it's really a course where we look at our own mortality. We really face the fact that we don't know how much time we have. We kind of tie up some loose ends, really with a focus on forgiveness, gratitude, letting go, and doing some work that really allows us to come fully into the present moment, so we're not distracted by things that have happened in the past or things that we're putting off to the future.
Yeah,
So that's
awesome.
kind of an overview. So what we'll be doing is it's going to cover all the material that I cover in the year-long course. The year-long course meets 1 hour a month. So what this course is going to do is it's actually going to meet the same amount. We're going to have the same amount of course time, but it's condensed into 28 days. So we'll have a Zoom meeting at the beginning, a Zoom meeting at the end, and then you'll get 3 recordings per week, as well as a Facebook group where people can interact with each other. So it gives it requires about 30 minutes a day for that entire 28 days to really do everything that's presented in the course. And it's on a sliding scale, starting at $35 and going up to $100.
Oh, that's great. That's really affordable. And do you think that people should grab the book A Year to Live first before they start the course?
Yeah, that's a great question. So that would be really, really helpful. I think because I've condensed this course, I'm not going to make the reading required. But the book A Year to Live is actually a really fast, easy read. If you're just reading it, when you get into doing the exercises, that's when it becomes, a lot more, you can expand out a lot in the work that you do there. But yeah, it would be great if people can grab the book. It's available on Amazon for like $10 or $11 and read it beforehand. We'll be touching on some of that and then pulling in some other exercises that I've kind of come up with over the years that I've been teaching this.
Great. And then can you tell us a little bit about the other program that starts May 18th that you have?
Sure, yeah. So that's a compassion training. And that course meets once a week on Monday nights. If it doesn't work for your schedule, all the sessions are recorded, so you can, watch the course whenever you want to. But we'll have a live group meeting once a week on Mondays for 6 weeks. And the idea there is that compassion is, there's kind of this concept of like compassion is something we're born with, but actually it's a learned skill, or a big part of it is learned. And so the other piece of it is we're going to be looking at like some ancient ways of cultivating compassion, but also modern psychology and the scientific research about compassion, and then really learning how to be more compassionate. A lot of people have the fear that if they're more compassionate, they're going to be completely overwhelmed by everything that they're taking in and feeling. And so we're really going to also be addressing how you can be compassionate and present and build empathy without feeling burnt out. It's really a great course that, is initially targeted for people who are yoga teachers or in the healthcare field, therapists and that kind of thing. But it's really good for anybody who wants to develop more compassion towards themselves and have more compassion in their relationships in their lives.
Yeah, it kind of, as you were talking, I was thinking, well, every parent or person who has parents could use that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anybody who says they want to be less compassionate, except the caveat is that some of us feel overwhelmed by feeling too compassionate. So, the course really addresses that of like, how can I really open up to those feelings without feeling like I'm getting pulled under?
Yeah,
And there's
awesome.
some really simple practices that, will go over that support you in being able to be more compassionate, but feeling like, you can do it as a practice without it becoming something that just takes over your emotions.
Yeah, it sounds like these are both really great combinations of your past work as a therapist and your decades of yoga teaching experience. So
Well, thanks. Yeah.
I'm
I think
excited. I want to do both of them.
I think both of these courses are courses that I wish I had come in contact with at the beginning of my career when I started working as a clinician and doing family therapy and working with people who had been through trauma, and also when I started teaching yoga. So like I said, I think they can really benefit anybody who's in the caring field, anybody who's in relationships, like you said, anybody who has children or parents. Just really, and those are all, that course is also sliding scale, 35 to 100.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for your time, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks so much, Kate.
Thanks.